let's talk history of BJJ.
Betty Potter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter.
The history of Jiu-Jitsu is a fascinating journey that spans centuries and continents. Let's go ahead and get on into a brief overview of the history of Jiu-Jitsu. Its ancient origins. Jiu-Jitsu, which translates to the gentle art, is believed to have originated in
Japan.
Its roots can be traced back to ancient
Japanese
samurai warriors who developed various martial arts techniques for self-defense when in combat. However, a major impact would almost ruin the continuance of this art, that being AR motherfucking 15s. These bad boys absolutely shit on the grappling art because they would get shot before they could even attempt Imanari rolls. Moving on to the development in
Japan.
Despite the introduction of guns, Jiu-Jitsu continued to evolve in
Japan.
over centuries, with different schools and styles emerging. One notable school was the Kodokan, which was founded by Jigoro Kano in the late 19th century. Kano's innovations in Jiu-Jitsu led to the creation of the most useless art, Judo. Like seriously, if you think Judo is effective, then why don't you see any Judo masters in the UFC? Riddle me that. Following that, we have the export to Brazil. In the early 20th century, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as it's known today, was heavily influenced by Japanese Jiu-Jitsu and Judo. Mitsubishi Mazda, a Japanese judo bitch boy, traveled to Brazil in the early 20th century and taught his technique to Carlos Gracie. Carlos, in turn, shared his knowledge with his brothers, including Hukio Gracie, who was physically smaller and weaker than his brothers, adapted the techniques he learned to suit his own physical attributes. He refined and developed these techniques to focus on leverage, timing, and strategy rather than brute strength. This adaptation laid the foundation for what would become Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as well as domestic assault and child grooming. Today, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is practiced worldwide and has had a significant influence on mixed martial arts. We even see branches of the sport in Nogi Jiu-Jitsu, which has been popularized by Chris Brennan, Eddie Bravo, Senor Craig, and Gordon Ryan, aka Gay Santa Claus. It's safe to say that Nogi, growing at a rapid pace recently, will likely become the more well-known version of the art globally. That's all I had, folks. This was a simplified version of the sport. If you enjoyed this video, here are a couple more you can enjoy.